Disappointed with the loss because I thought our guys really came out and played hard and competed. You know, we held the team to 17 points in the first half, and our goal is to hold them to 25. They scored the 10 points in the first 4 minutes of the first half, and then the last 16 minutes of the first half, we held them to 7 points. And then I thought our guys came out and played hard in the second half, but, you know, there was two things that happened that just absolutely killed us. One is the turnovers, and not just the turnovers, but the turnovers out in the front court where they just take it and go lay it in. So, you know, I told our guys constantly there's no defense for turnovers. And then second thing is our big guys didn't finish inside. We had multiple opportunities at the rim to finish, and we didn't do it. So I think if you look at the points in the paint, it ended up them being 36-14, but at the half it was 12-10 in their favor. And I think if you look at the fast break points, it was 2-0 for Texas A&M in the first half, and it ended up 12-2 or 12-0, something like that. So just, you know, this is hard for our guys because I think they put a lot of effort into this game, and they went out and played and competed the way I wanted them to. But, you know, those turnovers and not finishing in the paint just absolutely killed us.
You know, Fred and Marquez together only had 3 points. You know, probably not going to win many games. Those guys aren't producing more.
We had a chance to win this one if we didn't turn the ball over. So, like, you know, our offensive ineptitude at times is a problem, but I didn't think that was a problem today. You know, if we had just took care of the basketball and still didn't score, you know, the way we unscored, we still would have won that ball game. You know, we just can't turn the basketball over and get those guys easy points.
Travis did a very good job on turning there in the first half. He got loose a couple of times there late in the second half, and of course hitting that big shot in overtime at 30 seconds.
Yeah, you know, I think Jalen Steele and Tyson Cunningham did a really good job on Turner. And, you know, when you're playing a good player like that, he's going to get loose on you a few times. It just happened, you know, towards the end of the second half and in overtime where it's a lot more noticeable. But he's a good player, so that's going to happen. But for the most part, I thought our guys did a really good job of defending him.
Jalen said the team didn't get physically tired in overtime, but maybe mentally. I don't know if you saw that.
Well, I think deflated is more so than anything. And I don't know, like, if we should have been deflated because, you know, I thought we would have some momentum going to the overtime, you know, with Chicken hitting that three-pointer. Now you're at home and you got some momentum going to the overtime. So maybe our guys were deflated or tired. I don't know. But, you know, just that overtime, maybe we guys played too many minutes, but we don't have much of a choice when you play an overtime game and you got, you know, 7-8 man rotation.
Can you expand on the frustration? I think there was 2 critical possessions where Gavin got the ball on the block and got blocked and then lost the ball in the second possession. It just seemed like he could have turned and finished. That would have been a totally different ball game.
Yeah, I mean, if he finishes those plays, the most important thing is, like, if he finishes those, you know, they take the ball out of the net and you set your defense. You know, like when it's a turnover and you don't finish like that, now you're running down the court in transition defense where you could have just been set your defense because they're taking it out of the net. So, you know, and I don't want to single out, you know, Gavin or Marquez as saying they're bad players, but like they had some opportunities at the rim that they need to finish. But more importantly, you know, we can't turn the ball over.
What did you see tonight that you hadn't seen during this losing streak that you liked?
I thought our defensive effort, you know, it was really good. And not just like in the first half. I thought throughout the whole course of the game. You know, if you eliminate the time that we turned the basketball over and we were chasing them down, you know, our defense was really good the whole time. So I was proud of the way our guys defended and carried out a game plan and the scouting report.
Was there a message sent early in that first half where, you know, hey, I'll play Tyson Cunningham and Baxter if they're going to defend and go after those balls and play hard? Was that the thinking there?
Yeah, no, we play Tyson Cunningham all the time.
Right.
So, I mean, I don't think that factors into it at all. But Baxter had been doing some things in practice, and I felt like I deserved to give him a chance. And I think the most important thing with Baxter is, like, he's a guy that's going to go out there and be really unselfish. You know, he's a good defender. He knows what's going on. So, you know, hey, like, let's give him a shot because I think he deserved it because he's been playing well in practice. It wasn't trying to send a message. It was more so like the type mean that Baxter deserved to get on the court some.
Just looking ahead, I know you obviously don't know a lot about LSU, but they pulled off the big win tonight against Missouri. They got some confidence going with their second win.
Yeah, I didn't know that. I mean, I don't know a lot about LSU at this point in time because I've been so involved with Texas A&M. You know, I'll stay up most of the night, you know, watching LSU and get up early in the morning and watch LSU, and then I could have a little bit more of an opinion on LSU. But right now, I really don't know much about them.
Rick, did you feel like, especially in that second half, that guys were going in the lane and maybe anticipating contact, whether it was guys driving or your big guys, and they just didn't get a whistle that they thought they might get?
I don't know about that. I can't read in their minds and say like they're anticipating a foul or anticipating contact. You know, you'd have to ask them that.
Gavin, I know he did struggle getting some bunny shots, but the 14 points, you have to see some things out of him that he's improved on his last 3 or 4 games.
Yeah, I mean, Gavin's becoming a guy, like what you want is an anchor in the post that you can just throw the ball to and go get easy baskets. And I thought in the first half, I don't know, like I think he had all 3 of his finishes were dunks, you know. So, like, that's always good when you can throw the ball inside and the guy dunks it. So, he's coming, you know. I think, you know, like we talked about before, we simplify some things for him as far as, like, you know, what he's supposed to do in the offense, and he's doing a better job of doing those things and creating a seal. But more importantly, the rest of the team knows where he's supposed to be at and what he's supposed to do so they can post feed him.